Welcome along to Hillsborough on this fine summer evening for the Sheffield and Hallamshire County FA Association Cup Final 2018-19 between Denaby Main and Penistone Church Reserves. We're in the first minute here, and Penistone Church have the throw-in deep in their own half. Ball's launched forward, flicked on and worked into the midfield area. Penistone look to break, but in fact Denaby Main win the ball back. The defender's under a bit of pressure here, tries to clear, and that attempt is blocked, and he concedes a free kick. I'm alongside co-commentator here, Sam Gibson. Sam, how do you feel the game's begun?
Thank you, Lee. Good early pressure from Penistone there. They've won a free kick, and hopefully they can load the box with the players and get the first goal of the evening.
Well, the right back here for Penistone Church was looking for a quick one. No one seemed to be switched on, so he is going to go with that option, Sam. And in comes the ball, and who's going to be underneath it? It's the Denaby Main defender who takes charge and clears it out for a corner. And so the first corner of the game in the second minute to Penistone Church Reserves. In comes the ball, and that is well picked out of the air by the goalkeeper, who looks to launch a counter-attack here. Been held up slightly, the defender's had to make a slide tackle. He looks up, plays the ball forwards, and that one looks like it's going to just harmlessly roll out of play. And Penistone Church Reserves have a 14th minute corner here as they continue the early pressure. Ball into the box, only half dealt with, and the striker's got a chance here, takes an early shot, and it's a great save.
I actually think that might have just grazed the barley, but it's a great strike nonetheless from the Penistone striker.
19th minute of the match now. Penistone Church with another corner. This time it's low into the box. Flicked on at the front stick. Back post unmarked. What a chance that is.
That was a great chance there, Lee. The striker will be gutted he missed that.
Sam, how do you think that's going to affect him for the rest of the game?
I don't think that'll affect him at all, to be fair. I think he'll go on and score.
Okay, let's see what happens the rest of the game then. And the Penistone Church goalkeeper gets us back underway here with a goal kick, which is well contested on the halfway line. The second ball breaks to Penistone Church, who are looking to advance. Some good link-up play there by the front man. Releases the right back in acres of space. No pressure on the ball here. Gives him time to pick out his right winger. Low ball into the box. Flicked into the front post. What a great strike that is. Tim Council wheels away in celebration.
Yeah, that was a great strike there by the number 10 Tim Council there. Penistone on the front foot here. Denaby don't seem to have just got into the game yet.
That's right, Sam. You mentioned there Denaby don't seem to quite have been at the races yet at this cup final. Do you think maybe they're playing the occasion rather than the game?
You could be right there. The occasion could have got to them, playing in a big stage, a big crowd. Penistone just seemed to have dealt with it a lot better than Denaby.
Score for Penistone Church, number 10, Tim Council.
Perhaps they are playing the occasion. That remains to be seen. It's still early days here. It's the 36th minute. So there's still best part of an hour to be played in this cup final. What do Denaby need to do now, Sam, do you think, to push forwards?
I think they need to get the ball, play a bit more in midfield, hopefully get that finish up to the striker who can have the shot. They need to find more space.
Well, there was a nice flip on there from a long ball from the back there by the Denaby striker, but it's broke Penistone's way, and they're driving forward through midfield and outside of the foot pass. Brings in number 7 here, who skipped inside the marker, releases a shot, and it's gone in. They've scored 2 in 2 minutes here. What a fantastic start for the Penistone Church team.
That was great. That was absolutely wonderful play away from Penistone there. All the way from the defence, through the midfield, up to the number 7, the striker, Brad Kemp. Wonderful goal from Penistone, and it's 2-0.
So as we're approaching half-time here, Penistone Church looking to press forward once again. Can they kill this cup final off before half-time? The right back has it, clips a little ball forwards. It's only half dealt with by the Denaby Main defender. Some tricky feet here on the wing by the number 11. Ball in. Tim Council's up. Oh, what a cute little header that is. It's just gone inside the back post. He's going to be really happy with that. It makes it a brace on the day, and 3-0 to Penistone Church.
The score of the third goal for Penistone Church is second on the night, Tim Council.
As the stadium announcer just said there, it's another goal for Tim Council. Great trickery by the winger there. Great crossing and a wonderful header by Tim Council. And it's 3-0 Penistone going into half-time.
So with just a couple of minutes now till half-time, Sam, what do you think the Denaby players and coaching staff, managers, what are their thoughts, and what do you think the team talk might be?
I think they're going to tell them to go all out in the second half, just attack. Obviously, don't forget the defence, because if they get the next goal, who knows what's going to be happening. Game on.
Yeah, I mean, 3-1 would make this cup tie very interesting. It'd be interesting to see if Denaby can bring themselves to life in the second half. A bit of a poor ball out there from the Penistone Church defender, and that allows for Denaby to play this long ball forward and launch an attack. Can they win something here? Hands in the back there, spotted by the linesman, and they've got themselves a very attacking free kick to close out the first half. As you say, Sam, Denaby looking to attack, and here's a great opportunity to make it 3-1. Good punch out by the keeper. It's landed really nicely here for the Penistone players to push forward. A hint of offside there. He's in behind. It's a one-on-one chance. Can the defender get back at him? He can't. He's pulling him back. He's slid it in anyway. 4-0. That's a cruel blow just before half-time.
Yeah, that was a great goal there for Penistone, turning defence into attack. And one-on-one, the striker kept a cool head there to slot it into the goal. Great finish. Leading to half-time, Penistone are very strong, 4-0 up.
4-0 up now, and Reese High will be absolutely thrilled at the goal that probably finishes this game as a contest. Big team talk now for the Denaby manager at half-time. Join us here in the second half now, as Denaby press forward. Maybe the manager's team talks work the trick. Good strength there from the forwards. Gives himself the space to put in a back stick cross. Back post volley by the big lads. Oh, he's hit the top corner, but unfortunately he's the outside of the net.
That there represents a great chance for Denaby to get back in it early in this second half. Great strength there by the striker. A great cross in as well to the back stick. It was a lovely clean shot. It just went wide.
Penistone pushing forwards here down the wing. Will that ball trickle out of play? Well played by the defender. Cool and calm. Got to get rid of it now, though. It's taken a touch too much. And a turnover in possession has resulted. Ball into the box. Back stick. Oh, it's blasted over the bar. He was stretching. Very unlucky.
And that's a great chance there from Penistone from a Denaby main defender's mistake. And it's still 4-0 Penistone, pushing on in the second half.
And the Denaby goalkeeper gets us back underway here. 4-0, 18 minutes left. A lot of work to do for Denaby main as they look to push forward. That's a cheap turnover in possession. And once again, the midfield maestro releases the strikers. Some good tricky play there. What a slide rule ball that is. And a second slide rule ball puts the ball past the keeper. And that makes it 5. Sam, what a strike. And what a day this is for Reese High and Penistone Church.
Reese High.
That was absolutely fantastically there. Great goal from Reese High. Absolutely wonderful pass through to him. He slid the ball under the goalkeeper, and it's 5-0 Penistone.
Penistone Church working out of their own half here. Good ball across the defence, and that is another great counter-attacking ball. So we go down the left wing here. Number 8 with his head up. He's cut inside. He's ghosted past him. Loses control of the ball, and that's a little bit late. The Denaby defender not entirely pleased with that. A little bit of handbags. The ref's got to get control of this.
Yeah, a little bit of pushing and shoving there. There's only 8 minutes left, so it's really good to see the Denaby players. You know, they're scrapping and they're fighting. When the game's gone for them, but it's really nice to see that they're fighting and scrapping till the end. Metaphorically speaking, it is still nice to see that they care with 8 minutes left.
Penistone pushing forward, not satisfied with just the 5. It's only 1 in this half, 4 in the first half. But Denaby win the ball back and look to make a break of their own. Nutmegs there. Oh, he's chopped in half. The referee's going to call the Penistone player over. And rightly so. I think his name might be going in the book. A yellow card indeed. No surprises there. Well, Sam, we've reached that time now in the game where you get to pick your man of the match.
Well, I'm going to have to get Penistone number 32 Jamison. He's been clinical in the first half and he's looked dangerous all game, so it's got to be him.
And that concludes the top final. The Sheffield and Hallamshire County FA Association Cup.
The 2019 Sheffield and Hallamshire FA Association Cup. Well played, both teams.
Thank you for joining us here on FC Non-League Football for this latest Cup final, and we look forward to seeing you in the 2019-2020 season. Stay tuned for the trophy presentation. Our thanks as ever to 360 Chartered Accountants of Hull on sponsoring FC Non-League Football.